Greetings and welcome to the channel. I'm Don Singletary. I'm all the time admitting how very risky this type of trading is. And today's featured video, and right after that, we're going to talk about an edge. Everybody needs to find every edge they can. This is tricky trading, and this I'm going to show you today will give you a real advantage. The trading tip I bring to you today is very counterintuitive. I'm going to show you how to make more profits by trying to make less money per trade. I'm going to show you how sometimes less is more. Featured trade this time is going to be on a Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. The market was up on the previous day. That would have been a Monday, yesterday. And this is the week the Fed governors congregate in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. At the end of the week, President Jay Powell of the Fed gave his forward-looking statements on interest rates and inflation. I recall from experiences over the years that very often during this Fed meeting week in Jackson Hole, things will be pretty calm into the market because he doesn't make any official announcements until the end of the week, and this trade is going to be on Tuesday. On this particular day, I did not get into the office and open the screens until almost 11 o'clock, but I saw the market sold off earlier quite a bit. But then I look down and I see the MACD in the bottom pane. Now, I'm entering this trade at 10:53, and I look down and I see that since 9:30, this is the first time the MACD has indicated any change of momentum at all. The green line is about to go over the red line, and the overall momentum for the downtrend has been fading. Now, even though the red and green MACD lines are well below the zero line, I look up and I see 4 consecutive green candlesticks. So the last 23 minutes, the momentum is definitely uptrend. Now, if you've been trading long-term buy and hold stocks, an uptrend that lasts 20 minutes is hardly a blip on the radar. But this kind of trading is fast. The time frames are small, and trades only last from a few seconds to a few minutes in this type of trading. I have no doubt that not having to wait a long time to find out the results of your work, this fast trading is a lot of fun. Now, this trade that you're about to see that I'm going to pull the trigger on right now, it's going to be fun because I'm going to know very, very quickly if this uptrend that I see continues or not. And what that means is, since it's all happening so fast, I won't have to risk a lot of money to find out if I'm right or not. So I can use a pretty small stop loss, and you're going to see that when I go to the live screen in just a moment. I'm going to say that again in a different way because this is so important. You know, you're going to lose about 40% of your trades. I do, you will too, over the long haul. Along the way, you have streaks of good and bad luck, but it's 60-40 for the long haul. Well, the good news is that these trades are over fast, and you can find out very, very quickly if you're right or wrong about them. Now, here I'm betting the market continues to go up. I'm going to use a small stop, and if I'm wrong, it's not going to cost me very much to find out. And if I'm right, I can make some good quick money on the trade. Whatever will happen, let's take a look. No sooner than I hit the send button on this trade, I'm filled at 15.022. My stop is 7 points down at 15.015, so I'm risking a max of $14. And immediately, sometimes you get lucky. The market's up to just over 15.031. I take my tasty trade mouse and move that stop up to 15.02550. My initial risk was $14 stop loss on this trade, but now I've locked in 3.5 points up. That's $7. Making $7 is not a lot to get excited about, but it means something way more important. Now I've got a free trade. I can't lose a penny out of my account. This market is really moving up, 15.036, 37, somewhere in that area. And you can see over on the left there with my tasty trade mouse, I'm moving the stop up now again for the second time at 15.032. So I've locked in exactly 10 points now. That's $20 of unrealized gain I've locked in. So the worst thing can happen to me on this trade is I'm going to make $20. If you're new to the channel, first time here, you may be thinking, what the heck is going on here? But I tell you, our slogan here is we teach affordable trading. It's not about teaching you how to make $20, which I'm up $20 now in about 30 seconds. But what's more important is you can trade 2 contracts and you'd be up 40, 3 and you'd be up 60. And so the point of the whole channel here is to let you learn how to trade this way inexpensively and then scale up. I'm going to be talking some more about that after the trade in just a moment. Look at that way. I was trading 15,042. That means my unrealized gains all the way up to $40 now. So I get the Tasty Trade mouse, and you guessed it, move that stop loss up a little bit. This time I'm going to move it up to 15,035.75. I've been doing the channel now for 4 years, and I guarantee you half of the beginners watching this video right now think this stuff is really complicated. And the other half are saying, wow, this stuff's really easy. There is a learning curve to this stuff, but it's not all that long. In fact, once you learn the terms and everything, doing one of these trades is no more taxing than a game of ping pong. Only 2 ways to make money: buy low, sell high, or you can short sell high and buy low. That's it. 2 ways. That means you can make money regardless of the way the market's moving. And if you're new to the channel, I got some free stuff for you. How do you find it? You look at the text and description below the video. I got a free trade simulator. I got 2 beginner playlists, absolutely free, 4 10-minute videos on each of the 2 beginners playlist. And you can also find some links to subscribe to the channel and click that alarm bell too, so you'll be notified each time we put up a new video. I just took my Tasty Trade mouse, moved it up again, and I'm stopped out. The trade is over. I promised you I'd deliver you a trading tip today, and we're going to get right into that in just a moment. First, I want to talk about what happens the moment a trade is over. In my mind, the split second that trade is over, I'm thinking one of 2 things. Either CTM, count the money, which I like that one, and the other one is, does my trade pass test? Did I do something I know better than to do, but I keep doing it and making the same mistake over and over, like moving a stop and chasing a trade because of what I think the market's going to do next? Well, I'll break it to you. The market is totally impersonal. It doesn't care what you think, what you want, or how you do it. And you have to take that into account when you're trying to trade by the numbers, and I'm going to give you an edge in just a moment. In this particular trade, we made $41.50 in a little under 3 minutes. I moved my stop up 6 times. I moved my target price up 3 times. I went back and counted them, of course. I don't keep a running total during the trade. And this next stat on the page, I got to tell you, wasn't my skill at all. It was just pure luck. Maximum drawdown was under $2. Under $2 during the whole thing. Initially, I risked that $14, 7 points, you remember. But after the first 30 seconds, I was able to move the stop over my purchase price, which made it a free trade. Now, nothing's free, but it meant I couldn't lose any money out of my account. And to me, that's a free trade. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I need your help with something. Click the like button if you want to see another video similar or like the one you saw today. I tally those. It helps me decide on what content goes into the videos on the channel. I'd appreciate that very much, and thank you. Now it's time for that trading tip I've been promising you. See this picture on the screen now? Many of you have seen this before. That's all the combinations that you can roll with 2 6-sided dice. I heard the story once of how statistical math got its beginning, and according to this fable, a king who liked to drink some wine and throw down the die with some of his buddies would invite him over, and he kept losing a lot of money to them. So he hired a court mathematician who showed him things like this. And the king said, to the mathematician, I see 7 as my new lucky number. And then he turned to the mathematician and made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And the mathematician told no one else. Now I'm going to show you basically the same numbers, but on a chart that's a little easier for us to read when we talk about probabilities. This is how a little bit of information we can get can change our behavior and change our thinking. You are 6 times more likely to throw a 7 than you are a 2 or a 12. You see the red square? A 6, 7, or 8 is going to show up 40% of the time. Now this next part here pertains more to the Micro Emini trading. You know, when you have a trade on and you go up for $5 or $10, you're not obsessed with taking a $5 or $10 profit. But when you get up to $30, $35, $40, I'm talking about one contract trades here, it begins to be a significant amount of money when you can make $41.50 in 3 minutes like the trade I showed you today did. Now, there was nothing on the chart at the time I exited the trade that said the trade should be over. If you have any experience at all trading, you know it's much more likely you're going to have a lot more $40 trades than you are profits of $80 to $120. You're about 4 to 6 times more likely to make $40 on a trade rather than make twice that much or more. And at some point, you find you have to make a decision. Do I want to risk my $40 or half or all of it to try to make more money, or do I want to take the money? My solution to this is to move my stop in closer once I get up to around that $40 level, because I know the odds are that I'm going to make 40 or about 4 times greater than that 40 is going to double. Now, statistically speaking, it's much more likely you're going to make $80 or $120 on a trade by using multiple contracts than it is you're going to do it with just one trade. Those are the numbers. Well, I hope you were able to pick up a few things to give some thought to and maybe try some of those ideas. Remember to check out my book. It's on Amazon.com. There's a link below this video for it, too. It has about 500 5-star reviews now, and over 25,000 people have used it to get started day trading the Micro Eminis. I'm Don Singletary, and I hope every day is a payday for you. Thank you.